Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today I want to go over the 2023 Oscar nominations for all the movies that were released in 2022. Keep in mind, I did not see like a handful of these movies. I was busy watching shows. I think 2022 was a really fun and I guess diverse year for TV shows as much as they were for movies. Also, I want to hear what movies were snubbed, because there is one specific movie I feel is being snubbed, and I'll mention it during the Best Picture category, which is the first one. I guess like the video if you enjoyed it by the end or even now, and also subscribe, whatever, you get it. So let's continue. Oscars 2023 nominee list. So starting off with Best Picture nominations, I'm going to read them all off and then I'm going to give you what I think should win. I also have a list of of the movies or the actors or actresses that I feel like they should be replaced with some other choices. So I'll get into that as we go along. But Best Picture nominations: All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun: Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. Now, I watched a majority of these movies. I did not see The Fabelmans. Let's get that out of the way. I did not watch All Quiet on the Western Front. I did not watch Tar. And I did not watch Women Talking. Everything else I saw. And I can say with confidence that this is a tough one. I feel like there are three movies that if they got nominated, if they won the Academy Award for Best Picture, I wouldn't be upset, but I will have to be basic because I remember my feeling after exiting this movie. But I just remember in my heart that I was like, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, that movie felt like it resonated for my generation, for I guess my people, but I think it's a message that anyone can glom onto. But I just feel like it's a movie that encapsulates just this generation or even younger generations, that kind of manic energy that we all have, and the way that modern editing is going. And if you go on TikTok, you can kind of see how crazy things get in terms of just creativity, and I feel like this movie captures that essence and that spirit of just this new generation, and I think that's very exciting. And I think the Daniels are one of the most interesting director pairs, or just directors in general, to just keep your eye out for. Everything that they've done up to this point has been imaginative and has really broken the grounds for what we can expect a movie to look like, or even a music video to look like. They've really done that. I just personally think that this movie really connected with me. I cried at least 3 times throughout this movie, and I continue to watch the clips and just instantly feel that all over again. Like, come on. Ke Huy Quan, are you shitting me? Michelle Yeoh, are you fucking kidding me? Dude, Stephanie Hsu, come on. Like, so many sleeper performances in this. As in you go into it with some certain expectation. Oh, they're probably going to put out something great. Michelle Yeoh, yeah, she's going to be excellent as always. But they far exceed that. And look at them. They're all nominated this year. That's incredible. Wow. What an interesting and fun time to be Asian. But also, what a scary time to be Asian as well. Unfortunately. Back to Best Picture nominations. Yeah, it feels good. I feel like Asians, in terms of representation, have had pretty good opportunities and pretty good recognition by the Academy, and I think that's really awesome. But if that were to not win, I would definitely say Banshees of Inisherin is up there. I think it's my second favorite on this list, and I also think Top Gun: Maverick could have a chance. Like, I actually think it has a pretty high chance of winning Best Picture because of word of mouth, because of how much money this movie made and how much it just kind of captures the spirit of movie making. And not that The Fabelmans doesn't do that, because that's the whole point of that movie, which I haven't seen. But Top Gun is kind of going back to old school movie making. And I think that the Academy is going to really glom onto that and get excited about it. So maybe there's a good chance. I would say there's like a 30% chance, which is pretty good. I mean, it's not great, but it's pretty good. But realistically, what do I think is going to win? Well, All Quiet on the Western Front. that falls under like one of the categories that the Academy loves. They love war films. They love films that are anti-war. They love films that are biopics, which are also on here as well. They love that kind of shit. And I could definitely see All Quiet on the Western Front being the sleeper hit, the sleeper winner. But realistically, I want to say The Fabelmans has a good chance of winning. I would just say I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is what I would want to win. But in terms of a prediction, I think The Fabelmans probably has the best chance. I know Triangle of Sadness got the Palme d'Or, but I just think The Fabelmans hits all the categories and all the marks that the Academy is looking for. A movie that sort of glamorizes and admires Hollywood. I haven't seen the movie personally, so I don't think it totally leans that direction, but it's a movie about movie making, and it's a movie that's loosely based off of one of the biggest figures ever that has brought Hollywood to the mainstream, that has brought movie making to the mainstream. Everyone knows Spielberg's name because of how incredible his repertoire is. So yeah, I think that if The Fabelmans does win, it's another, hey, we secured Spielberg to, be excited about making his next project, and we'll continue to have this relationship with Spielberg. I think that's kind of a safe bet. But I will say maybe a good chance that Triangle of Sadness could take it. But there's not a lot of word of mouth. There's not a lot of talk about Triangle of Sadness because, I don't know, I think after the Palme d'Or and then after the movie actually came out and most audiences were able to see it, not a lot of talk about it. I will say people are kind of wondering where the movie that I was mentioning earlier, they're wondering where After Sun is. And that's a movie I feel that many people are going to be upset that it's not on this nominee list. I feel like that movie has had really great word of mouth, but in terms of marketing, in terms of campaigning for it, not a lot there. But I do know that one of the lead actors has been nominated in another category, so that's very exciting, but very, very little to no recognition for that movie. A movie that I plan on seeing. I have not seen the movie personally, but a lot of people are putting it on their number one for their top 10 list of 2022. So excited to watch it. Don't know much about it, but I know that if I didn't mention it, people would be upset. So, okay. Yeah. Anyways, Fabelmans, best bet, but Everything Everywhere All at Once, personally, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Moving on to Best Director. All right, so I'll list them off. Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, The Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Steven Spielberg, The Fabelmans, Todd Field, Tar, and Ruben Östlund, Triangle of Sadness. Now, I will say, for Best Director, it's definitely going to Steven Spielberg. But I would love Martin McDonagh to take it, or The Daniels, obviously. But I think Best Director is definitely going to go to someone who has more of a reputation. I think the Daniels, if they did get a Best Director nod for how early they are in their career, they're two young guys. I think people would be a little bit, split down the middle, because now Everything Everywhere All at Once has this kind of reputation now for being overhyped, and people are talking about it so much. I don't understand that. It's the same people that when Parasite came out, it seemed like this movie that not a lot of people have heard of, and word of mouth spread, and then people started seeing it and they're like, oh, what you were talking about, you're right, this movie's amazing. And then it just spread to all reaches of the world and became this huge hit. And then all of a sudden people were like, this movie sucks because it's overhyped. And it just has this has this dip in fans because people think that talking about a movie and talking about how good something is means it's bad because a lot of people think it's good. No, that just means it's a good thing. That just means it's good. Sometimes that's just what it means. All right. And Everything Everywhere All at Once is that. I know that some people couldn't get behind some of the crazy choices they make in that movie, and I totally understand that. It's definitely not a movie for your mom unless your mom's cool. But yeah, it's not for everyone. But it is everywhere all at once. But I think that movie has a good chance. But I don't think it will win. I think this will either go to Spielberg and honestly could go to Todd Field. I'm hearing really great things about Tar, and I think I've heard some really good things about it from some of the biggest directors, and the Academy likes being close to that. They like to be close to the pulse of what people are talking about, especially who's talking about it. I think Scorsese had some really, really great things to say about Tar, so I don't know how much they are swayed by that, but yeah, that could factor in. But I will say personally, Spielberg for Best Director, if he doesn't get the Best Picture nomination, I think he will get Best Director at least. But I would like it to go to Martin McDonagh. Personally, that's my choice, but Spielberg seems more likely to me. Moving on, Best Actress. Okay, so Cate Blanchett, Tar, haven't seen it. Ana de Armas, Blonde. Okay, we'll get into that. Andrea Riseborough, To Leslie. Did not watch that. Michelle Williams, The Fabelmans. Didn't see it. Damn, I didn't see 4 of these movies. I'm so sorry. Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Of course I saw it. I think, and because Michelle Yeoh won the Golden Globes, the hype train is already moving, and it's moving fast, and it's coming quick. Michelle Yeoh, I think, is going to win the Best Actress nomination. That's my personal choice because I saw that performance, and also just because of the hype behind it and what I actually think the Academy is going to do, which is typically follow suit with the Golden Globes nominations. But it could always go a different direction. There's always a wild card. And I think that wild card would probably most likely go to Cate Blanchett, because I'm not hearing a lot about Michelle Williams' performance. And I'll get into Ana de Armas on this list. But yeah, I think Cate Blanchett stands as equal chance to Michelle Yeoh, but I think Michelle Yeoh has more hype behind it, so I think it'll go to her. Now, let's talk about Ana de Armas and Blonde. That is also on my list of movies that are definitely going to be controversial. I'm pretty sure people are talking about it right now. Twitter's probably going crazy. But Ana de Armas in Blonde as Marilyn Monroe. That is an interesting choice, because I don't think Ana de Armas is a bad actress at all. I think she's wonderful. I think everything that she's been in, she always stands out. She's not only just like a very beautiful presence on screen. She's not always just the femme fatale. She can play all different ranges of character, and I think she is very excellent, and I think she can play very diverse characters. That said, I watched some clips of Blonde with Ana de Armas, and she could not keep that accent together. I know that American English is not her first language, and it really does shine through for a very iconic American figure. Now, I don't know the whole history of Marilyn Monroe. Maybe she did have an accent, but from everything that I've heard from her, she did not sound totally like Ana de Armas did in that movie. I did watch just a few clips, but from what I gathered, it was like 2 for 2 in terms of her nailing it and her not nailing it. So yeah, it's not just based on accent alone. Also, that movie itself had a lot of controversy behind it. But that's not what this is about. This is about Best Actress. And do I think she really holds up to Cate Blanchett or Michelle Yeoh? Probably not. So very controversial. You form your own opinion. What do you think? I did not watch the movie Blonde. Had no interest because people said it was pretty bad. And I trust most people. That's probably one of my issues. So, yeah, didn't watch it. But what do you think? Okay? But anyways, yeah, Best Actress, I think will go to Michelle Yeoh. Good chance Cate Blanchett wins. But personally, Michelle for me, and most likely. Best Actor. Now, let's get into this. Okay? So, Austin Butler for Elvis. Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin. Brendan Fraser, The Whale. Paul Mescal, After Sun. And Bill Nye in Living. Okay. I think this is a very good list. So Austin Butler for Elvis. Elvis was a movie that I watched, and it was long. And I enjoyed it. I will never watch it again, but I will continue to watch his performance because he is that goddamn good. Austin Butler as Elvis Presley is Elvis Presley. He just is. He becomes the guy. It's very impressive. And I don't care if he still talks like this. I don't care. I don't give a shit. He is amazing as Elvis. He embodies that character. And when he yells as Elvis, my legs start to do the little Elvis shake. I'm just like, whoa. Like, I get it. I get why he was so committed to this character. I think he stands a very good chance of winning this thing, personally. But the hype behind Brendan Fraser's comeback, the Renaissance, it has a name already. I am so behind it. I love Brendan Fraser. I am one of the millions of people who watched The Mummy as a kid and was like, I want to be Rick O'Connell, okay? And I want to get married to a librarian, and I want to travel around Egypt and fight mummies. Like, I want to do all that. Like, I want to live that life. And you know why? Because he sells it as Rick O'Connell. He is that goddamn charming and good. He's the closest thing we have to a modern Indiana Jones, even though we still have Indiana Jones coming out this year. But yeah, he's as close as we can get to having our own Indiana Jones, an Indiana Jones for a new generation. And also, his work is so random. Like, the stuff that he's done ranges from comedy to drama, and like, I don't know, he just feels like an actor that everyone can kind of access, everyone can kind of get behind and support. And I think that's going to merit a lot towards him possibly winning just out of hype alone. I know that The Whale isn't getting the hype that a lot of people were expecting. People were expecting maybe a Best Picture nomination, but it didn't get that. I understand though, because I'm hearing that it's not necessarily a great movie, but it's a great centerpiece for Brendan Fraser to perform in. And I think that's really what it is. And that's what I feel about Austin Butler in Elvis. I feel like the movie itself, not forgettable, definitely not forgettable, but not my favorite movie of the year. And I feel like The Whale is the same for a lot of people. A lot of people are saying that it feels like a stage play, which it really is, based off a stage play. And some people not about that, and some people say it's tragedy porn. That's fine, but is Brendan Fraser a killer in it? Is he a killer whale? That's what I hear. I haven't seen the movie, but from the clips I've seen, wow, incredible. So I think he stands a chance. Paul Mescal, though, I think he is the underdog for this, because this movie was not nominated at all for anything else except for this category, and technically it's for the actor. No Best Director, no Best Picture, nothing else, no other categories. I think this is the only one. And honestly, I think a lot of people would not be upset if he won. I have not seen the performance. I cannot wait to. I hope I don't ruin it for myself by overhyping it. But surprise could happen. Bill Nye is first Academy Award nomination ever. Shocking. This man is incredible. Like, come on, About Time. Come on. Good God. What a movie. But yeah, don't think he's going to win this one unless it's like an honorary, hey, you've been doing this for a while, here's your Oscar. Could be, but I don't think so. Colin Farrell in The Banshees of Inisherin, fucking phenomenal. And his first nomination too? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, my battery's running low. This is his first Oscar nomination, and I think that is insane, because Colin Farrell, this man has been working his ass off forever through controversy and out of it. Like, this man has dug his way into being one of the best actors and one of the more fun actors to watch on screen. If you haven't seen The Batman, that speaks for itself. Come on. I think he is excellent in this, and I think he stands the best chance of winning this next to Austin Butler. I think they're toe-to-toe. I think just because of the hype behind Elvis and the amount of pressure that Austin Butler put on himself to become Elvis, I think he stands a good chance. But Colin Farrell, just performance alone and being in a movie as good as it is and as tasteful and artful as it is, I think he stands as equal a chance. And personally, I want him to win. I think he's deserved it. Like, I think he deserves it. Like, I really do. And Austin Butler, I think, does as well, but he's still so early in his career. He can get by with his Oscar nomination under his belt and live a very fulfilling life. Like, I think that's plenty of praise that you can get, but I think Colin deserves this. So that's what I think. But I would love to see Brendan Fraser win, like him just full on winning. Whew, that would be cool. That would be really cool. But I think it should go to Colin Farrell. Best Supporting Actress. let's go through the nominations. I'm going to say once we get past Best Supporting Actor, the acting categories, I'm just going to read them off and then list what my favorite is. I'm not going to give any reason behind it. And if you want a reason, I will type the comment down below as to why. But for the sake of time, because I can talk these to death. But for the sake of time, yeah, I'm just going to do those quickly. But I do have my opinions on them. Best Supporting Actress. So Angela Bassett for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Hong Chow for The Whale, Carrie Condon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Stephanie Shu, please correct me down below, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay, you want my honest opinion? That's what you came here for. So my honest opinion is I think that Carrie Condon should win. That's what I think. I think Carrie Condon was excellent in Banshees of Inisherin. I think that it is equally her movie as much as it is Colin Farrell's movie. She has a character arc. She grows in that. And without her, Colin Farrell's character seems pretty spineless. Like, she is such an essential part of that movie, and it's really on her shoulders. And I just realized today that she's the voice of Friday in the Avengers movies, as well as the Iron Man movie, whatever, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that's really cool. And she is so magnetic in that movie. You just watch her and you're like, this woman is a soldier. She is incredible. So I think Carrie Condon should win. But I think that Angela Bassett is going to win. Just because of the hype behind it, just because Black Panther Wakanda Forever, what it meant for the fans of Chadwick Boseman, for his family, for his legacy, for everything that he did, and for her to carry the grief on her shoulders and bring that out in her performance. I think that Angela Bassett stands a very good chance. I think she is, I don't want to say the people's choice, but I think she's the Academy's choice. And that would mean a lot for Marvel movies or just comic book movies in itself to yet again show that they can be compelling movies or compelling foundations for really great performances if given the opportunity. Because a lot of people are like, oh, people kind of just phone it in these comic book movies. And this kind of showed that, you know, you don't have to. You can actually be very compelling and very electric to watch. But Carrie Condon is my personal choice. So there. I do want to talk about Stephanie Shu because I think she getting a supporting actress nomination is so fucking exciting. It's like the same feeling I felt when Steven Yeun was nominated for Best Actor, even though I feel like he's done better work in other things. I think that just seeing them nominated, it just gets me so happy and excited, and I think that this means a lot for her career, and I'm very excited to see her in more things. I remember when she was doing commercials, and I saw her in like small bit pieces, like even in Shang-Chi, she plays like a small bit role in that, as like the best friend that you see for less than like 3 minutes in that movie. But there's something about her natural ability. Like, it's kind of like watching Emma Stone. You just feel like they're not even like really trying, and not trying as in like they're not trying to like put in a good performance. It's like just so effortless, kind of like watching Florence Pugh or like I said, Emma Stone. Just feels very natural, and I love that. So I think she has a very long career ahead of her, and I think this will definitely help that. I don't think she's going to win this one personally, but if she does, I would be very ecstatic. But over all these other performances, no. Jamie Lee Curtis, very good, but she isn't like the biggest thing in that movie. But she plays a big part, but I don't know. Best Supporting Actress, I think that could have gone to someone else. But that's what I think personally. So, all right, moving on. Oh, yeah, sorry. Jamie Lee Curtis was on my controversial Oscar nomination list. So I will say, who would I choose instead of her? I don't know. If Best Supporting Actress and Best Actress were interchangeable, I would replace Jamie Lee Curtis with Mia Goth from Pearl. Like, I think her performance in that is incredible. I know that the Academy doesn't really recognize horror films. I don't know why, because some of the best scream queens come out of that, and some of the best performances come out of that. So I don't know why they don't, but they just don't. But I think Mia Goth is incredible. I think she is terrifying, but yet plays this sweet kind of edge to it where you're like, I don't want to believe that this person's horrible, but then you see their actions and you're like, yeah, they're pretty goddamn awful. And she toes that line perfectly. So yeah, I would replace Jamie Lee Curtis, even though it's not the same category. But if they were interchangeable, that's who I would choose, because I can't think of anyone else that isn't in a leading role. So apologies. But okay, moving on to Best Supporting Actor. Okay, so Best Supporting Actor, Brendan Gleeson, The Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry, Causeway, Judd Hirsch, The Fablemans, Barry Keoghan, The Banshees of Inisherin, and Ke Huy Quan, Everything Everywhere, All at Once. You guess what my choice is. And don't just do it based on my appearance. Guess. Yeah, it's Ke Huy Quan. It's just the story, and just watching all of his interviews and watching how sweet and how much I feel that he deserves this. Like, Ke Huy Quan, sure, short round, yes, but the gap that he took, like, he took a gap year and took that to the extreme. Started working with Wong Kar-wai, started like making all these very interesting movies as a producer, as someone behind the scenes, because he felt like he didn't have the opportunity to actually star in movies in Hollywood. Like, I think that's so incredible. And the fact that he took so much time off and came back and put out a performance like this and was dedicated to it, like dedicated to doing the stunt work, dedicated to learning the choreography, dedicated to going back to acting school and taking classes just to prepare for this performance. I think it's incredible. He's my personal guy to win, just because I feel that he has so much heart in that movie. He is the heart of that movie, and he gets to play multiple characters just like Michelle does, and so it really just gets to accentuate him as an actor, and he's very impressive. I do think that all these other performances are amazing. I would love for Barry Keoghan to win, because I think he was incredible. I think he's immensely talented and great in everything that he does, except for the Batman scene, but that's personally because I feel like he shouldn't have been in the Batman, but not because of his performance, just that character. But Barry is one of my favorite actors to watch out for. He is excellent in everything. Would love him to come in as a close second along with Brendan Gleeson. I think a very close third for Banshees as well. Brian Tyree Henry did not see him in Causeway, but he is one of my favorite actors to look out for. Like, surprisingly, all the actors in Eternals are like some of my favorite actors working right now, some of my favorite actors to look out for, but did not see Causeway. I know that that's the movie that he stars in with Jennifer Lawrence, but just didn't get to see it, so sorry. Judd Hirsch, I hear very great things, but yeah, didn't see the movie, so I can't judge. So my choice is Ke Huy Quan, and I think that's the Academy's as well. I think Barry Keoghan, though, second, right up there, could very much win. And honestly, Judd Hirsch could probably take that too, because it's the Fablemans, and he's had such a long career. I think they would give it to him just as an honorary. So I'll say that as a third option. But yeah, you heard me here. So moving on to cinematography. Like I said, I'm just going to read them off and then just give my choice. And that's it. Cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Elvis, Empire of Light, and Tar. I do think Banshees of Inisherin should be on here. But I think it's going to go to Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths. I've seen some of the shots from that movie. I could not finish that movie, not because it's not a good movie, but because I got tired and then I forgot to rewatch again. So maybe that says a lot about that movie, but I will finish it. I will. That movie is shot wonderfully, and it's an Alfonso Cuarón movie. Like, the Academy loves that guy. So I think it's going to go to Bardo. But there's a very, very good chance that All Quiet on the Western Front could win that, just because I don't think it might be winning some of the other categories, but we'll see. I guess I did have something to say. International feature, All Quiet on the Western Front, Germany. Argentina, 1985 for Argentina. Close, but in Belgium. EO, Poland. The Quiet Girl, Ireland. I didn't watch any of these, so I'm just going to guess. All Quiet on the Western Front. If it doesn't win Best Picture, it'll win International Feature. Decision to Leave, a Korean film, is not being recognized, and a lot of people are upset. Justifiably so, but it's not on here. So, yeah. Do with that information as you will. So, I think that would have won, but it's not on here, so boo. Production design. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, Elvis, The Fablemans. Is it a cheat for Avatar: The Way of Water to be on there when all the production design was done post? Yes, I think it counts. No, it's not a cheat. Yes, it counts, is what I'm saying. I will go with... I'm going to go with Babylon. Damien Chazelle's Babylon. I feel that movie has a very ambitious production design. It's recreating a time period. It's not the only period piece, but it is being dedicated to that. And I know Damien Chazelle always has a attention to detail for his sets and for his vision, not unlike all these other people. But I think Avatar: The Way of Water will most likely win visual effects and not production design. That's my thoughts on it. Elvis, yes, very great sets, very glossy, very pretty, but I don't think so. And Fabelmans, haven't seen it, but I think Babylon seems a little bit more ambitious in terms of the production design. So yeah, I said I would just read it, and I have something to say, but I'm going to try to keep it short. Editing: The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick. I think that this is going to go to Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I want it to go to Everything Everywhere All at Once. That movie has some of the craziest editing. I cannot imagine what that timeline looks like for this movie. Like there are so many rapid fire cuts, and I'm not saying that's what makes a good movie like that. But there's so many different ideas that this movie is trying to tell you, so many different concepts and so many different multiverses that they're trying to combine into this one streamlined story about family, about love, and about acceptance. And it does it in such a beautiful way where you understand all of that. And a lot of that's due to the editing. But I will say Top Gun Maverick is a slick movie. That movie is edited so beautifully. It's not as ambitious, I feel like. It's not as fancy, it's not as showy, but it's clean. Like, it gets the job done. It's like a very nice lean steak. Like, you're like, yeah, no fat on this boy. And yeah, that's what I think. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once will win. Good chance that Top Gun Maverick could win. All right. Animated feature: Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. I haven't seen it. I really want to see it. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I will get red in the face for the amount of times I've tried to convince my girlfriend to watch that movie with me, but to no avail. The Sea Beast and Turning Red. Okay, so I saw 3 of these, and personally, it's going to Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It just is. Like, if it doesn't, shocker, but like not really, I guess. But that movie made me cry so much. like Pinocchio is annoying as hell. But that little bastard, that little wooden toothpick wins me over. He wins my heart over. And there is one scene I can think of that I watch it and I immediately start crying. And it's a simple gesture of Geppetto putting his hand on Pinocchio's face and Pinocchio grabbing his arm. And like, oh my God, dude. Like, wow. It fucks me up, man. It makes me really emotional. The other movies are really great, though. Turning Red and The Sea Beast. Very, very fun, very entertaining movies. I don't think it's going to win, though. I think Marcel the Shell with Shoes On and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish have the best chance of possibly winning. I think Puss in Boots, just with all the hype behind it, could win animated feature. But I hear Marcel the Shell with Shoes On has a good chance, too, because it's an A24 flick. And yeah, not a lot of word of mouth from a lot of people, but for everyone that has talked about it, they said it's incredible. So I think that stands a good chance too. And it's got a little stop motion in there as well. So yeah, 2 stop motion features. I think that's very exciting, but it's going to go to Pinocchio. Documentary feature. I'm sorry. I'm sighing because I'm disappointed that I was like, I'm just going to name the names, but no. I'm going to talk about them. Sorry. Documentary feature: All That Breathes, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, Fire, Love, A House Made of Splinters, and Navalny. I don't know. I'm starting to lose my voice. I am going to give this to All the Beauty and the Bloodshed because that sounds like an awesome movie. I did not watch any of these. Sounds cool though. So I'm going to give it to that. I'm sorry I didn't watch it. Documentary short. I didn't watch these either. Did you? Yeah, don't judge me. Documentary short: The Elephant Whisperers, Haul Out, How Do You Measure a Year, The Martha Mitchell Effect, Stranger at the Gate. Elephant Whisperers. It's got an animal in the title. And last time I watched a movie with an animal in it, The Octopus Teacher, that one was fucking incredible. So I'm going to give it to Elephant Whisperers just because animals in the title. Visual effects: All Quiet on the Western Front. That's a shocker. Avatar: The Way of Water. The Batman. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Top Gun Maverick. Avatar: The Way of Water. Are you shitting me? Get this fucking category out of my face. It's going to Avatar: The Way of Water. Are you shitting me, dude? Do you see that scene where he grabs the reins in the water? Did you see that shit? Holy crap. Yeah, no, it's going to Avatar: The Way of Water. I'm sorry. I loved you, the Batman. I have a poster of you right there. You don't stand a chance. Avatar: The Way of Water on this fucking list. Are you kidding me? Original song. Applause. Tell Like a Woman. Hold My Hand. Top Gun Maverick. Lift Me Up. Oh. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Not two. RRR. Did not see RRR yet. I got to. I really got to. This Is a Life, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I like half these choices. Let me tell you, I have not thought once of Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick. I don't even think that's the best song in that movie. I think the best song is the song that they play on the beach. And I'm forgetting its name because I'm bad with songs. But I think that's more memorable than Hold My Hand by Lady Gaga. So, not that it's a bad song. It's just not my favorite on that movie. I think Lift Me Up has the best chance. Just because of... just because of the movie, what the movie meant, what the movie had to do, and what this song sort of represents. Like Lift Me Up and like the meaning behind the song about kind of grief and overcoming that. Yes, I think Lift Me Up stands the best chance. I'm a little upset that maybe there was no recognition for Spirited because I think there are some really good numbers in that movie, which I think is okay. But Spirited had some really fun numbers, like Good Afternoon was actually legitimately a really fun and catchy song. I also feel that Ciao Papa, god damn, Pinocchio, man, why did that make me so emotional? Ciao Papa is an excellent song, and I listened to it in my car on the way to the gym. You're like, is that a hype song? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay? So a little upset that they didn't show up on here, but maybe they don't qualify for original song. But okay. Moving on. Sound. All Quiet on the Western Front. Sure. Avatar: The Way of Water. Yeah. The Batman. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Elvis. Top Gun Maverick. Best sound. I watched 3 of these movies in IMAX, and the best auditory experience I had was for Top Gun Maverick. When those jets fly, baby, they are flying. You feel like you are in between Tom Cruise's legs, and you're pulling that thing back, and you're like going 1 million miles per hour. It's incredible. It is a jaw-breaking. It is a jaw-dropping, heart-pounding experience, as they would say on the cover of the 4K Blu-ray. So, okay. Top Gun Maverick, sound. Makeup and hairstyling. All Quiet on the Western Front. What is this movie? Like, I know what it is, and I bet it's amazing, but like, goddamn, every category? Who? All right, never mind. I'm not going to get into it. The Batman. Colin Farrell, Penguin. Enough said. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Allah Talakan. Elvis. Yeah, fat suit Elvis, yeah. The Whale, fat suit Brendan. I'm giving this to the Batman. Colin Farrell isn't Colin Farrell. He is the Penguin, okay? He's Oswald Cobblepot. I don't give a shit. That is what he is. He's like New York, Cobblepot, whatever, but he does not look recognizable. The makeup is that incredible. But like, you're like, oh, is it as ambitious as some of these other movies? No, but like in terms of being memorable, the Batman, Colin Farrell, the makeup on that is incredible. I'm going to give it to them personally. But I think what stands a good chance is The Whale, because of the fat suit and all of that, how good it looks and the physics behind it. I think it could go The Whale very well. Costume design, Babylon, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. This is going to go to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, or Everything Everywhere All at Once. The amount of costumes that went into Everything Everywhere All at Once is insane. Like, come on. Like, there's, I think, as many costumes in that movie, in that lower budget movie, than in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Just unique pieces, I mean, not like costuming for like multiple people. But yeah, it could go to either of them. And Babylon too, you know, There's always a surprising amount of costumes that are made, and very specific styles that they have to represent for like period pieces, especially for old Hollywood. So that could, but I think it's between Wakanda Forever and Everything Everywhere All at Once, with Everything Everywhere All at Once being my personal favorite. Original score, All Quiet on the Western Front. Jesus Christ. Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and The Fabelmans. I don't think Everything Everywhere All at Once needs to be on here. It did have good music, but it's not a score I think of or one I go back and listen to. That's just me personally. The Fabelmans, maybe. Banshees of Inisherin has a very nice score. It's one that I was humming along to after I watched it, and then I forgot it. But original score, come on. The Batman, really? Nothing for the Batman? I'm not even like, well, the Batman should be Best Picture. I'm not saying that, but come on, original score. Come on. I know it's like, oh, it's derivative of the Death March, or it's derivative of the Imperial March. Whatever, dude. Like, I hear that song and I'm like, Batman's coming to put a foot in my ass and I deserve it. So, okay, whatever. Personally, I think I'll give it to The Fabelmans. I don't know too much about this category, but I think it'll go to The Fabelmans. Original screenplay, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Triangle of Sadness. Original screenplay, oh my god. Ooh, this is a tough one, but I'm going to give it to Banshees of Inisherin. That's it. Because I think Everything Everywhere All at Once has a good script. Very good script. Very memorable lines. Yes. But I think in terms of the story, what it's trying to tell, it's very simple. When you take away all the complexity behind this movie and what it's doing, it's very ambitious. At the very core, its screenplay, as original as it is, has a very, very simple message. And I think that's good. But I think the Oscars are kind of drawn towards things that have complex ideas, or things that have certain messages or metaphors or even allegories that are very important for our political climate and have a message that's very important for people to kind of derive some meaning from. So taking that all into considerations, Triangle of Sadness is a very good satire. It's very funny, and it's a very biting satire, and it's very telling of us as people, but I think it's a little bit too on the nose. I think this is between The Banshees of Inisherin and Tar, personally, but I think this is going to go to The Banshees of Inisherin. I think that is an excellent screenplay, and the things it's trying to say about war and the things it's trying to say about the setting in which the movie takes place is very, very telling and very, very good. So yeah, that's what I think it's going to be. Animated short. How many more of these do we have? Okay, we're almost done. Animated short, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. The Flying Sailor. Ice Merchants. My Year of Dicks. What? I gotta watch that. Is that My Year of Dicks? I feel like that movie is just that one scene from Superbad where Jonah Hill's character is just drawing all those penises. I'm pretty sure that's what My Year of Dicks is, but yeah, no, prove me wrong. An ostrich told me the world is fake, and I think I believe it. Holy shit, I want that to win. Come on. Yeah. Look at that title. That title is a short story in itself. That's a one-sentence short story. And the ostrich told me the world is fake, and I think I believe it. That's awesome. I'm going to give it to that. Close second, My Year of Dicks. I didn't watch any of these. Live action short, An Irish Goodbye. I think that's just a punch in the face, right? I don't know. Ivalu, Le Pupille, Night Ride, and The Red Suitcase. Did not watch these. But I like the way that Le Pupille rolls off the tongue, so I'm going to give it to that. Adapted screenplay. Okay, I know a little bit about this. All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, and Knives Out Mystery. Its only nomination. Okay. Living, Top Gun Maverick, and Women Talking. I'm going to give this to Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery. That's it. I think Rian Johnson is a very creative screenplay or screenwriter. I think he knows how to make characters funny. I think he knows how to make things feel a little bit elevated while still making it a little bit grounded, but very accessible for wide audiences. I think Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery deserves it, and I think he's going to win it. Okay, that's it. That's the end of the video. Sorry, that went on fucking forever. I'm gonna hate myself for editing this later, but I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy the video for this week. I actually am going to edit together a vlog. My throat is very raw, so it's very hard for me to talk right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna end this video now. Thank you so much for watching. Remember again to like the video if you enjoyed it, and to subscribe if you haven't, and let me know what your thoughts of my nomination picks or winner picks are below, and let me know what yours are below. If you feel like you have something to say it. I really encourage you to do it. It's really fun. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, I will see you later.